It was dumb. Across like 4 different states. And after all of that, I don't talk to my mother anymore. I don't talk to my father anymore. Yeah, a lot of relationships lost. A lot of experiences had. I learned a lot during that time. And what sucks is because I did that, I fell behind like 6-7 years, you know, of normal pace. Like my sister owns 11 acres of land on the lake, and she's got 2 kids or 3 kids now, and she's married and everything else. I'm living in an apartment with a dog, and I'm almost 40, and it's like, well, you know, I kind of missed that part in my life where I could take advantage of all that in my youth and do something with it. I wasted it all trying to keep the family together. Vangs? Oh man, how many jobs have I worked in my lifetime? Let me think. Let's count the ways. So, first job ever was Bojangles. After that, I worked... What did I do after that? So hold on, let me think. Bojangles? Then I got kicked out of the house. And then I moved down to Florida. And I worked 1, 2 places there. So that's 3. Then I came back up and worked there. That's 4. Then after that, I worked 5, 6. And that was Dollar General. Then I moved back down with 7. I went back down to Florida. 8, 9. Then I moved back up here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this is number 15. And if you count Uber, it's 16. So I've had 16. Hi, I'm no good. Welcome back, buddy. It taught us about loss in the kitchen on everything from ingredients to actual resell items like cans of Coke. Later in life, worked at a coffee shop that wasn't doing well, so the owner tried to lie to the staff about missing product to scare employees into basically working in fear. She didn't like that I was educated. Yep. Crazy how that works, right, William Medium? Hi, Goblin King. What's up, buddy? You worked mail service for 8 years, current job for 12. Good for you, man. 2 of them was before I turned 18. I started as a trainee apprentice company I'm working in now. Cool. You've had 4? Yeah, I've had 16 if you count Uber, 15 if not. It's pretty crazy, huh? I've done all kinds of stuff. I was going back through trying to think of places. I bet you there's a place or 2 I've worked that I just don't remember. I'm trying to think. Yeah, William Media, that sucks. Yeah, Uber's technically a job. So what's that? 16 jobs in 21 years. And one of those jobs I worked at for 7 years. I don't know why I put those 2 back. I'm digging down there anyways. A donut trailer. Amelia, have you... This is... I'm not gonna say it. I want to say it, but I can't. What you're saying is you're flexible, adaptable, and able to survive through many different situations. Am I right? Sure. You are 100% correct, Jonah. A lot of those companies I worked for don't exist anymore. A lot of them went belly up. And that's the reason why a lot of them, I stopped working for them, because they closed. So I can't really help that. If they were still open, I'd still be working for them. Maybe. I don't know. So just a heads up to any of you guys at a job for long periods of time. It does not pay to be at a job for more than 5 years. If you've been at a job more than 5 years, you can go find a job in your line of work making way more money than you do now. And that's just a fact. Unless you own your own business, then you're just kind of SOL. Yeah, and fangs. And if you're fine with that, then more power to you. But like companies just don't reward you for tenure anymore. A lot of companies don't care. They're like, oh, you've been here for 5 years? Good. Be here more. Well, Wikipedia, it depends. It depends on the industry. But like, if you're like IT, for example, IT, you can always improve. Construction estimating, you can always improve. They don't care about tenure in construction. You ever talk to somebody who's been like, yeah, I've been working the same job construction for 15 years. Unless they own the place. Nobody does that. People change companies all the time. I know people who've worked for 5 or 6 different companies over a 5-year period. William Media, or not William Media, Wikipedia, you're in corporate now, so you're probably better off now than you would be. But if you were like at the bottom of the totem pole, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying now. You'd be like, I'm out. Show me the door. Okay, I'm gonna cut this because I don't want to lose this. So if I stand there and look up, we're here. Okay. So yeah, I want to do this right. So then right here needs to come out. Racing Kid, telecom, you were kind of forced to move back in the late 90s, early 2000s because companies kept buying other companies during the big telecom boom. My father worked for Northern Telecom, and then they got bought out by somebody. I forgot who. And then they got bought out by Sprint. So, I mean, like, you kind of had to move around. I'm no good. Even then, they just do cost of living raises, dude. It doesn't equate. I'm not giving anybody career advice. I'm just telling you what the job market does. Yeah, Racing Kid. 4 now. I get you on that. It's easy to do for telecom companies because they get bought and sold all the time. They do that to keep from monopolizing. Don't even get cost of living raises? Probably not. I was at a job for 7 years. I asked for a raise and got fired, chat. I asked for a raise and got fired. I hadn't gotten a raise in the 7 years I was there. I asked for a 10% raise and got fired. Then I interviewed for a job 1 day later and I made double. In a different state. With a lower cost of living. And I was just like, bye! That's pretty rough. It sucks, dude. And you know what else sucks around here, Vangs? If you put in notice to quit, you can draw unemployment, but if you get fired, you can't. And Vangs at a lot of places around here in this state that I live in, when you put in your 2 weeks notice, they fire you on the spot. They fire you on the spot. Yep, Vangs. It happens at a lot of companies in North Carolina. That sounds backwards. It is very backwards. See, Jonah, you live in a union state, so you don't really have to worry about stuff like that for the most part. You're protected. Are you in a union? There's a lot of companies that I've worked for here in North Carolina that won't do business in New York because of all of the unions. Not in a union, and it's an at-will state. New York is at-will as well? I thought you guys had unions. Yeah, I'm no good. I stopped giving 2 weeks. Oh, I got you, Jonah. Almost everybody I talk to who's from there talks about how they're part of, like, the Teamsters or this and that and all their pensions and stuff. And how great their union was and blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Well, Jonah, so unemployment when you get fired, it depends on the reason. It all depends on the reason. If they cite that you got fired for breaking company policy, you don't have a leg to stand on. But Jonah, what I'm saying is they'll fire you and then cite that you broke company policy. And in North Carolina, it's 60% of what you made to a maximum of $350 a week unemployment. So to some people, it's not even worth fighting. You're gonna take somebody over to court for $350 a week if you were making $1,000? And see, a lot of the companies know that, which is why they do that. They're heavy-footed like that. All right, I think I did the right thing. Yeah, this is all gonna be glassed right here. Never told me why. As I get more involved in management at my next job, I understood why. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people would say this. It's not true, but your productivity falls. Because you don't care anymore. You're just kind of riding the wave for the next 2 weeks. Oh? Are you going to be applying somewhere soon, Mr. Jonah? Are you finally moving in here like we talked about? It's been 6 years. People work efforts would slowly go downhill. Well, I mean, yeah, it slowly goes downhill after lunch anyways. You're the most productive the first, like, 4 hours you go into work. I'd be up for it, Jonah, but it won't be in New York. We gotta find somewhere where it's a whole lot cheaper. Either that or we're out there, like, near Syracuse or something. I ain't staying on the island. Not with streamer income. You crazy. I ain't making no XQC money. Some state with no income tax. Texas or Florida. And I think, what's the other one? Delaware? But no one goes to Delaware. Is it Delaware, the other state with no state tax? Or does Delaware have no sales tax? So Texas then. Here comes William Media. I've been summoned. Jonah, depending on where in Texas, you might not want to go. You might have to be in northern Texas somewhere. Actually, you know what? William Media knows the places. You can go to Austin or Houston. That's about it. William Media, you're in Dallas, right? I think William Media is in Dallas. He's a bartender at a gay bar. You know all the politics. Dallas? Yeah, he's in Dallas. Jonah, do you play Minecraft at all? I think you'll laugh at this if you do. You have it installed, if that's what you mean. Well, William Media, what is your Minecraft in-game name? No, William Media. I was just talking about living in the South and the hatred for you and Jonah that people have when you're down in the South. The bigotry. Had to take a work-related course there. I gotcha. Did you like it there, Still Sharkin? Your Minecraft name. Yeah, what's your Minecraft name? I think Jonah would appreciate it. Oh, did you, Jonah? What part did you live in? That's his Minecraft name, Jonah. I love it, William Media. Am I still mining? No. I'm building a rocket ship, Mr. Edward. Do you see it? We're currently putting the rockets on right now. We're going to be refueling it here very soon. Yes, my friend. I am still mining. That's one half of the game so far. Second half is crafting. We're in the mining part right now. I think we're at -8? -10. I know, Wikipedia. I played a mod where I went to the moon. Not KSP. Oh, it's funny. I love you guys. We're at -10 right now, Wikipedia. The goal today was to get to -20. We might get there. Bye, Jonah. Have a good night, dude. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you soon. Jonah. Streamer House in Texas 2022. You call me. Let me know. I'm down. We gotta get a basement, though. You're stuck in your perimeter dig? What do you mean you're stuck? /home. /portal. Or, spawn. You already have a realtor? Find me a basement. We'll make it into a studio. Studio. My lease ends. Oh, when does my lease end? My lease ends sometime. I'll take the hit though if we're bouncing. You don't do basements in Texas? Yes, you do. Oh, stop it. You guys, whatever. One of the biggest tornado states in the country. You're gonna say you don't have basements? All right. Amelia, it's okay. Tickets to Dallas are cheaper than Raleigh. Oh, I'm no good. If they listen to me, boy, I'd be in so much trouble. So much shit I talk about them on a daily basis. Clay soil's too unstable for basements. What? William Media, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. We have clay everywhere in North Carolina, and we have basements everywhere. That's not true. I refuse to believe any of that. She drives to Detroit, Wikipedia. Yeah, Jaws Toe. Basements are common. Well, William Media, that's because they want it built that way. Doesn't mean you can't have it. No, Jonah. No. That has nothing to do with it. The main thing you look at when you're putting in a basement is the water table. You don't look at a frost line. No one cares about that. Because most people, if the basement's below the frost line, most people use the basement as a cellar to keep food and stuff. I mean, still sharking, but out in Texas, they don't really get earthquakes. Over in West Texas they do, but not over in like East and North. William Media, I mean, I can have confirmation bias and drive down the road in North Carolina and tell you there's no basement in North Carolina either. But I can also take you to where there's 500 homes and all 500 of them have basements in them. You're just going off of what you've seen. It doesn't mean it's impossible. Now, basements in Florida are impossible. We don't do basements in Texas. North Texas home with basement. Homes with basements. Buda, Fort Worth, Pittsburgh, Abilene, The Woodlands, Austin, Houston, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Lockhart, Spring. Anything else? Where are we missing? What haven't we hit yet? What city are we missing? And now search homes without basements. You'll find them without too. But there's pages and pages of houses with basements. They all got basements. You never heard of that site? It's just a website. I don't know what it is. Use Realtor. Here, Realtor. Is this going to work? Dallas, Texas. Where do you want to look? I'll find it. There's a house with a basement. That's a lot. 1,000 square foot house. No, Jonah's saying it. Look, here's houses with basements. That's Dallas. We can go anywhere you want. I promise. Plus basement. Ready? Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. Houses with basements. Look at them go. What else? What else we got? Fort Worth, Texas. Look at that. Houses with, look at that. 75,000. House with a basement. Houses with basements. Crazy people don't count. Okay, William Media. You can't tell me with a straight face that you're not batshit crazy. You're a DJ that works at a bar. You gotta be some kind of crazy to even work there for one night.